Hello, and welcome to the Superintendent Spotlight. I'm Dr. Tim Hanson, Superintendent of the Metropolitan School District of Warren Township, and I'm excited to spotlight people and programs in Warren Township that are having a positive impact on our students, families, and community. Today we're at Warren Central High School in the Counseling Servicing Center, along with Mr. Shepler, our principal of the high school, Mrs. Schwering, one of our freshman counselors, and Mrs. Bush, one of our freshman academic coaches. Mr. Shepler, I'd like to start with you.
Yes, sir.
We're familiar with the cohort model in Warren Township, but the model that we're using now is a little different. Can you tell us a little bit about the makeup of this model?
Absolutely. It is a little different. We want to make sure that we are intentional in all of our supports, and I think that's what this cohort model does for us. We have, at each grade level, we have an administrator, two counselors, and an academic coach, along with the secretary, that will follow this grade level through the whole entire educational career here at Warren Central. And with that, working collaboratively, whether it's, we have issues with attendance or academics, everybody's on the same page. Everybody's working towards the same goal. And with this cohort model, that team is really able to help assist not only the student with all of their needs, but also the families. And they're going to get to know their families very, very well throughout the 4 years that they'll have them here at Warren Central. And so, again, it's really intentionally supporting not only the student, but also the entire family through the whole process of the high school.
I love that team concept. Mr. Shepler, what led you to make this change? And then can you talk about some improvements or some advantages that you've already observed?
Yes, absolutely. What led us to this, we were divided up by alpha cohort, alphabetically. And so, you get to know your students by the end of the year that you have, and the next, you're sending them on to the next, alpha cohort that we used to have. Instead of having that continuity, that coherence that we have now with these cohort models, we are able to build those relationships a lot more. It's a lot more lasting relationship that we have with them because, again, the time that is spent with these kids throughout the whole entire 4 years, or we just picked it up last year with this new cohort model, but within the last couple years, we have seen the improvements of not only discipline, or lack thereof, I should say, because again, we have already made connections with the parents, with the students, with what their needs are. But to be able to take them through the whole entire, not only grade-wise, but also academic and also attendance. But again, the time that is spent with these kids, it's just invaluable. And I know our academic coaches and counselors put in a lot of time, and administrators put in a lot of time with them. And when we first started this, it was like, goodness sakes, I don't know about this. And I think everybody has really bought into this model, not only adults, but also the students as well.
Yeah. Speaking of buying in, I know you're with the freshman group, and if one of you could speak to the class of 2023 and the flight analogy that you've kind of created this year, maybe Mrs. Schwering, if you could open up into that, because you were a counselor under the old cohort model.
Absolutely.
And talk a little bit about how maybe your role has changed a little bit, and then mention the flight 2023.
Sure. So when we were just alpha, I was just in charge of one section of the alphabet, and I had freshmen through seniors. So your time was kind of divided on what you're focusing on. But now that we are on a cohort model, just solely working with freshmen this year, it really hones in on your focus with the team. So not only are you working as a team cohesively, but you're working towards the same goals. So we can really focus on what the freshmen have issues with and how we can address those and be proactive with them, as opposed to splitting your time between all the grade levels with just one specific area of the alphabet. So, and then we just kind of came up with this Flight 2023 last year as we were getting ready to prepare for them to come. And so we've kind of taken taken off with we're starting to soar with that theme. And so I can let Mrs. Bush maybe talk a little bit about that as well. So.
Yeah, Mrs. Bush, you have a new role. You're an academic coach, and you've always been out there coaching, and now you're kind of doing it for the academic piece and organization. Can you talk a little bit about how you've made this role work for both students and teachers and families?
So my role as an academic coach is, one, to empower students to be successful. And so a lot of times when students aren't successful, they don't really know why they're not successful. So I meet with them one-on-one and talk about, why are you being successful in this class and maybe not in this class, whether it's test preparation or organizational skills or time management. And we really try to we're all about a plan. We always talk about a plan. And so with the students, we make a plan that's specific to them and could even be specific to that class. We work also with teachers and, how can we help this student be successful in your class? Try to support them if it's coming and sitting in on the class and just helping out. It's an easy transition for me because I was in the classroom for 18 years with freshmen, so this with freshmen is not new to me, and so it's just a different role, and we support the teachers and the kids, and then if we need to get families involved, we'll call home and say, hey, this is what we need to do, here's our interventions, how can we help you be successful at home as well?
Yeah. Last year both of you were with the senior class,
Yeah.
and you were telling me earlier how emotional it was at graduation, and how hard it's going to be in 4 years when our students that are freshmen now will walk across that stage. What advice do you give to freshmen now to help them prepare for their senior year?
Well, we're meeting, ironically, right now with freshmen who are maybe struggling, and we're meeting one-on-one with them, and we just talking about build a strong foundation. And we've referenced, last year for us was a whirlwind, and we, had some seniors that we met with on the weekends, and we had to stay after because they had to make up credits. And so to start strong, so that in 4 years when we're having these one-on-ones, it's about what do you want to do, what college do you want to go to, or do you want to go into the military, and you have all these options because you started strong your freshman year.
I think part of it is helping them see the big picture. And so now we have 4 years to really build, like she said, the foundation and help them see the bigger picture of what is life beyond 2023. And so I think that's something that we can now start with them and really build and kind of see where they're going to go because they have such great potential. We just have to help them facilitate that a little bit.
I love it. Change is hard. And as we try to build coherence for our students and our staff and positive relationships and incredible experiences for our kids and adults, I applaud you for making this change. I know it's extra work. I know it's hard work, but we're going to talk to some students here in a minute and really see how it's impacting them. So thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
I am here with Keisha Talley, a senior here at Warren Central High School, along with Alex Hernandez, who is also a senior here at Warren Central High School. And I'm just going to ask them a couple questions about our new cohort model here at the high school. So you are seniors, so you've been under both cohort models where you had a counselor based on what your last name is, and now you have a counselor that, or counselors that you had last year as a junior that have rotated with you up to senior year. Can you talk to me a little bit about how that's supported you and maybe some of your classmates?
All I have to say is that back when we were in Alpha, I didn't even know who were my counselors. Now I do know who it is. I do know who I have to go talk to. And like Mr. Shepler said, it is a team. It's now I can go everywhere with this own team. I can talk to them. I can ask them questions. It makes it so much easier.
I agree because back in my freshman year, everything was like kind of mixed up. And now, like, since we have our own cohort and our own counselors that we can build on to keep going on to the next level, I feel like it's more organized and you have a more connection with them from last year and then moving up to my senior year right now. And I feel like they know more about me and I know more about them and they can just help me go above and beyond.
I love it. Real quick, you're seniors, you're successful seniors. You thrive academically, you thrive athletically. What advice would you give to our incoming freshmen who want to be like you when they get older?
Do your homework.
Do your homework.
Don't mess up freshman year because once you mess up, it's really hard to get back up, get on track.
Yeah.
And I'll just have to say, just plant the seed. When, like, everyone knows, like, your first impression is the best, but don't just make the first impression just how it is. You got to keep going on, keep building on from that. And like coming in for your freshman year, I just feel like you should go strong throughout the rest of the school year and get to know your teachers, your counselors, get to know the whole staff and administration, because we're all one big team just trying to help you get better.
I love it. I love it. Well, thank you guys, and good luck to you academically, athletically this year. And I look forward to seeing your success. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for viewing our Superintendent Spotlight this month. If you have any questions about anything we shared this morning, please feel free to reach out to your school. Next month, we will be highlighting our dual language immersion program along with our English learner program, as well as highlighting our elementary school counselors. Thank you for your time.